Got a question about the law? Well, now's your chance, North Texas. Get ready to Ask the Lawyer.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to Ask the Lawyer. I'm your host, Brenda Teal. Here to answer your legal questions today are personal injury attorneys Manuel and Jeff Benton from the Rad Law Firm. Just call the number that you see on your screen. The number is 1-888-887-9521. One more time, 888-887-9521, or email your question to askthelawyer@radlawfirm.com. We want to hear from you today and answer some of your questions. It's free advice just for you, all right? You got to pick up the phone, though, and give us a call. The number again, 888-887-9521. Phone lines are open right now. Let's get started with Kara. How are you, Kara?
Yes, I had a dog bite me and was sent to the emergency room. And I was wondering if I could actually sue the person. It's within the city limits, and there is a leash law. So I was just wondering, what do I do to file a suit?
Wow, Kara, sorry to hear about that. So what can she do?
Well, in Texas, in a dog bite case or a dog attack case, the burden is to show that the dog had a dangerous propensity. If there was a leash law in effect, that's certainly a good fact because the fact that he wasn't kept in the leash. But if the owner knew that the dog had dangerous tendencies and dangerous propensity, that's certainly the case you have to prove. Some people refer to the free bite rule or the one bite rule. It used to be in Texas that if your dog had never bit somebody, you were okay, and that was how they showed a dog had a dangerous propensity, was that it bit somebody once. But now there's not a free bite per se. It's just proving a dangerous propensity on the part of the dog.
So Kara may have just been the first one.
Right, but that it all comes down to what the owner knew about the dog.
Yeah.
And that leash law issue is certainly a good fact, liability-wise.
All right, very good. The number to call is 888-887-9521. Time for our first email question now. This one from John in McKinney. He asks, we want to file a suit against an uninsured driver, but he tells us that he'll file a countersuit. What do I do?
John in McKinney, this is a pretty common theme in car accidents. I think the general rule is whenever there's a dispute as to how an accident happened, the first thing somebody wants to say is, it's not my fault, It's your fault, right? But there's a very easy answer to this. In Texas, that's why we buy insurance, right? Because if you get in a car accident, it's not your fault, and somebody makes a counterclaim against you, your insurance company will actually hire you a lawyer. So at that point, you have two lawyers. You have your personal injury lawyer that's going to help you structure whatever claim you have against the liability policy, and we're going to help you get your medical bills paid and everything that needs to be done. But if that person is saying it's actually your fault, then your insurance company hires you a different lawyer that defends you. So you'll have somebody prosecuting your claim and you have somebody defending you. So it's not a big deal at all that if you have insurance, they will hire you a lawyer. They'll take care of that for you.
Don't be afraid of the word countersuit.
Right.
All right.
Not at all.
All right. 888-887-9521 is the number to call. The phone lines are open. If you're not able to get through, please keep trying. We've got Charlotte from Fort Worth on the line right now. Go ahead, Charlotte.
Yes, I got injured in California in an accident, and I'm back home now. And the driver that hit me, the person that was driving his vehicle was not insured, and I am claiming bodily injuries. I just wanted to know if I should hire a lawyer at all in Texas that would represent the accident in California.
Yeah, thanks for your call. What should you do?
This is actually a great question. A lot of people feel that because an accident happens in California, they should hire a lawyer in California.
Yeah, that would be my thought.
And I disagree with that. I think if you live in the city is where you should hire your lawyer. I represent people all over the country. I'm able to associate with lawyers in California. So if for some reason I ever have to file a lawsuit or do something in California, I can associate with those people. But the most contact with your lawyer comes when you're injured and when you need help. And where are you? You're in Dallas, you're in Fort Worth, you're in Texas, and that's where our offices are. So if you need something, you need to come into the office, we're there to help you. We're there to arrange medical care. We're there to arrange whatever type of treatment you might need. So absolutely she should hire a lawyer, and absolutely she should hire a lawyer in Texas where she lives, down the street hopefully, so that she can find medical services or everything that she needs related to the accident. We can help her prosecute the claim against an insurance company because most insurance companies are national insurance companies. So being in Dallas, even though the accident happened in California, is not a big deal.
Now, what about the fact that the driver was uninsured?
Right. There's going to be a lot of different issues that get raised by that. Uninsured drivers, obviously, question number one is, what type of insurance does she carry? Even though you're in California, your Texas policy would be in effect. So hopefully she's got first-party insurance. Uninsured motorist coverage is the name of it, because if somebody hits you that's uninsured, your own uninsured motorist policy would cover that loss.
All right, it's good to know that you're big enough to handle a case even out of California. The number to call is 888-887-9521. Karen is emailing us. She's from Garland. She says, I own a product mentioned in a class action suit. Do I have to take personal action here? What should she do?
Well, it really depends, Brenda. In some cases, they're opt-out class actions, which means they sue on a class of people, like if it's a shareholder class action, if you owned a share of stock and there was a class action against that company for some type of fraud, you would be automatically in that lawsuit, and you'd have to opt out of it to not be part of the class. Other ones are opt-in classes where you have the option of coming into the lawsuit. Most of them are opt-out, though, to where you don't have to do anything. You're part of the class. You should get a notice in the mail. You fill that out, make your claim. If the case settles, they'll send you, whatever your portion of the settlement funds is. But we'd really have to look at her case and see what type of class action it is and get into more of the facts.
So she should expect a notice in the mail?
Sure, and in most cases that's how it'll happen, and it'll also be, sometimes they'll set up a class website where you can go on the internet, look at the website, and you can learn about the case and how the case is progressing, and it'll also give you some instructions. There'll be a Q&A section on the website for the class action answering a lot of these questions that she probably has.
All right.
But she can certainly, call in, and we'd be happy to look at it and see what she needs to do.
Okay, very good. The number to call is 888-887-9521. We're going to take a quick break and come back and answer more of your questions. You're watching Ask the Lawyer.